As it is another beautiful day for Philippine volleyball, we give you your continuing coverage of the 2023 Premier Volleyball League second All-Filipino Conference on Pilipinas Live. We are coming to you live from the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City to feature Isa Molde of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans going up against Shayo Mandala and the rest of the Gerflor Defenders in today's action. This follows the victory of the Farm Fresh Foxies against the Galleries Tower High Risers. And later on, it's a battle between the top two teams in the PVL. We have the Creamline Cool Smashers taking on the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service, alongside our courtside reporter, Kyla King Su, and we also have our analyst for today, that is Noreen Go. So, Noreen, let me start with you. I want to ask you this question about the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. So, they're very, very impressive in our conference. 8-1 so far. They have the longest winning streak in our journey. So, what are your thoughts about this team?
Well, of course, they finally, for me, I think they found their missing piece. You know, everyone's saying that they're a good team, but they lack something. They can't put a finger on it. But finally, I think they found their missing piece in CC Rondina, which blended perfectly with Coach Dante's system.
Well, we'll talk more later about CC Rondina, but right now, Noreen, please break down our team standings.
Well, as we head on to the tail end of our eliminations, you can see all eyes are on the top four to make to the next round. 3 teams have already made it. You can see Creamline, Choco Mucho, and Cherry. And everyone's anxiously waiting for who's going to be number 4. So for the 3 teams, you know, it's now about positioning and about placing. So all the games are still important.
And later on, it's going to be Cherry Tigo versus Creamline. Sometime soon, we will feature Choco Mucho versus Cherry Tigo to determine the placings that you just mentioned. Now, let's talk more about the Flying Titans. As you mentioned, Noreen, they found their missing piece, and that is the attacking Titan in herself. That is CC Rondina.
Well, for me, CC Rondina is poetry in motion. She's just so fun to watch. And for me, what makes her really special is it's not just in one part of the court. It's all around. She does it in offense and in defense. And aside from that, the spirit she brings to the teammates and to Choco Mucho, obviously we can all feel the difference, especially their fans. And you said it, a very hot team today.
And she's doing it on both ends of the floor. 20 receptions to go alongside the 20 points of CC Rondina in their previous game versus PLDT. And boy, what an emotional game that was, not only for CC, but one of her teammates, that is Maddie Madayag, because the last time that Maddie was able to see the semifinals of the PVL, that was the conference wherein she got injured.
Yeah, we all know her journey, you know, her battles with injuries dating back to Ateneo, right? ACL, and then even here. And, you know, for people battling injuries, there are doubts that set in. So they're waiting for that opportunity to say, they're back. And for me, that game against PLDT, Maddie Madayag can say, I'm back. And she scored 18 huge points.
We really saw the pure heart of Maddie Madayag in that previous outing. The game-winning block as well in that game versus PLDT. Now let's turn you over to the other side of things, to the Gerflor Defenders. This is a team that has struggled all conference long. They haven't won a game, but this is a woman who's played very well in Danica Gendrauli.
Well, you know, for a new team who has been formed without enough time to prepare, not enough players or active players to acquire, it's a process, and you know, it's their process right now for Gerflor and all their struggles. But you know, in that process, you look for the positives and the bright spot. And for me, the brightest spot for Gerflor Defenders is Danica Gendrauli. And just the 50 points. Okay, it's 50 points, but for me, you work from there. That's going to be the starting point, and they're hoping to get better through time.
Well, I remember one of the reports of Kyla King Su back in the day. No, she mentioned 10 years ago, coach na ni Danica Gendrauli itong si Coach Sammy Akailar. And so it's good for them to have reunited here in the PVL. And look at her stepping up once more for Coach Sammy. As now we talk about one of her teammates, Pia Sarmiento. She's been doing well, relatively speaking, in terms of floor defense in our conference.
Yeah, another bright spot for Gerflor really is, you mentioned her, Pia Sarmiento. What we have to say is, for a team who has yet to win a set, right? Yet to win a match, she's number 5 in the tournament in digging. It speaks volumes of her talent. So it's just so exciting to see her, you know, improve still throughout the years.
And today, she's going to be challenged very well with her floor defense. Actually, yung Filipinas Live question po natin has something to do with that later on. But now, our courtside reporter Kyla King Su is with us to share her conversations with the coaches before our game.
Thanks, Migs and Irene. Now, let me start first with the Gerflor side of things. You know, their last match against Acari and CDO was already more than a week ago, but I talked to Coach Sammy Akaylor and asked me to take me back to what transpired in the post-game dugout. And he told me that he didn't have much complaints and said that finally, maganda yung naging laro nila. And you know, Coach Sammy shared that his players weren't feeling so well after that trip, so they only had a few days to really prepare for today's matchup. Pero in his words, pag gusto, kayang-kaya gawa ng paraan. Now, I did get the chance to speak to both teams before this matchup today, and I asked Pia Sarmiento of the Gerflor Defenders about how she's feeling as they close out this conference, and this is what she had to say. Here with me is Pia Sarmiento of the Gerflor Defenders. So Pia, with everything that you have experienced this whole conference, how much have you grown as players and as one team?
Siguro as a player, syempre ako yung nagli-lead din sa kanila as a captain ball. Siguro mas naging sa akin, mas naging matapang ako and yung pag-motivate ko sa team. And yun sa team naman, ayun din, siguro yung paglaban, yung magiging strong and as a one, yun lang.
Now, what does the team want to show the PVL fans in these last few games of the conference?
Siguro para sa, yun nga, ipapakita namin sa fans na syempre gusto namin na manalo and kukuhanin namin kung ano yung kaya namin, bibigay namin yung best namin para sa mga natitira naming game. Ayun.
There you have it. That was Pia Sarmiento of the Gerflor Defenders. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, that was Pia from the Gerflor side. And now let's move on to the Choco Mucho side of things. As he said, Migs and Irene, that win over PLDT booked their long-awaited ticket to the semifinals. And to say that the girls were emotional is truly an understatement. So I asked the girls what happened in their post-game dugout. And the girls shared that Coach Dante is a man of few words. So after their little celebration in the dugout, he said magtrabaho na ulit tayo. Because as we all know, the semis is another story. And after speaking to some of the Choco Mucho girls, I got a much clearer picture of what it truly means to them to make the semifinals. So here's my conversation with Mari Madayag of the Flying Titans. Here with me is Maddie Madayag of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. So Maddie, after 4 conferences of missing out on the semifinals, can you share with me how it felt during that final point when you clinched that ticket?
Parang siguro for myself, it was just like finally, nakabalik na kami sa Final Four because the last time we were there, it was 2 years ago, 2021, in Baccara, Lawag. And ayun, we were just really happy na finally nakaabot kami sa semis and we're only as better as our last game. Whatever we showed nung last game namin, kalimutan na dapat namin and of course, focus kami sa coming games namin.
Now, Maddie, in these last few games of the elimination round, what else does Choco Mucho want to show today?
Well, I guess we want to show na we have more to show to all the teams and to everyone that's watching us. And patuloy lang kami sa training and syempre gusto talaga namin makaabot sa goal namin which is maka-podium finish. But hopefully more than that pa yung maabot namin and ayun.
There you have it. That was Maddie of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Thank you so much for joining. Again, that was Maddie Madayag on your screens, who I'm sure will continue to lead the charge for the Flying Titans in this matchup. Now, you know we love engaging with you guys, our very lively and supportive PVL fans. Kaya naman you can directly interact with us on the Pilipinas Live app, where we have a poll right below the stream. So let's take a look at our question of the game. For today's question, it is which libero's floor defense will endure? So we actually have 2 choices. We have Tang Ponce or Pia Sarmiento. Again, which libero's floor defense will endure, Tang Ponce or Pia Sarmiento? So watch out for the digs and receipts so you can answer our question. And you can actually also join in the conversation online using the hashtag PVL2023. So throwing it back to our question, what do you guys think, Migs and Irene?
Well, before we go to the break, Doreen, I need to get your analysis about this because one of our choices, Tang Ponce, is currently #1 in the league in receptions and she's #2 in digs. So your thoughts about their performance so far?
I just love it when a player's given the opportunity to perform and to shine and they rise to the occasion. Tang Ponce is a perfect example, a very humble but a very hardworking libero. So, I mean, good things happen to good people.
There you have it. It's going to be Thang Ponce versus Pia Sarmiento, Choco Mucho versus Gerflor coming right up.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Miss Joy De Imus. Second referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 14, Isabel Beatriz De Leon. At number 1, Maria Lina Isabel Molde. Wearing jersey number 3, Maria Dina Isabel Wong. At number 10, Katrina May Tolentino. Number 11, Aduki Christine Ogonsanya. And number 18, Cherry Ann Rondina. Starting libero is number 13, Denise Michelle Lazaro Revilla. Head coach, Mr. Dante Alin Sunurin Jr. Presenting our Gerflor Defenders. Let's begin with jersey number 7, Menchi Tubiera. At number 8, Danica Yolanda Hendrauli. Wearing jersey number 13, Lara May Clavano. Number 17, Jenny Gaviola. Number 21, Jeanette Villarreal. And number 22, Mary Grace Berte. Starting libero is their team captain, Pia Gabriel Sarmiento. Head coach, Mr. Sinfronio, Coach Sammy Akailar. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board.
Presenting the starters for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, we have Rondina, Tolentino, Agunsanya, De Leon, Wong, Molde, and Revilla. They're wearing purple for today. And then on the other hand, for the Gerflor Defenders, who are wearing red, we have Tubiera, Berte, Gendrauli, Villarreal, Gaviola, Clavano, and Sarmiento. Your starters, by the way, start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos only. We are coming to you live from the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, as it is another beautiful day for Philippine volleyball. Later on, we have a nice matchup between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. The two teams who are in the top picture of our standings alongside the ladies in purple, as Bea De Leon scores the first point of this match.
Yeah, for her fans. And we know from so many years, Bea De Leon has a lot of fans. Very happy to see her in the starting roster of Choco Mucho.
Well, depth has been a topic all conference long for Choco Mucho. Their first unit, their second unit. Anybody you pull in, they contribute for Coach Dante.
That is his system, and these players are following it to a T.
Back-to-back points for Choco Mucho to start this matchup. But as you can see, with this starting unit, this is basically, if you think about it, some even would consider it as an all-star caliber of a starting lineup.
Oh, all-star.
Dina Wong will set up Bea De Leon.
Oh, somebody's pumped today. Deadel.
Let's see her numbers in the previous game. She did not even play against PLDT.
It's good that, if coaches, try to make everybody get to play, and that's when you take advantage of the opportunity presented to you.
Open hit, Isa Molde. Straight to the back, Lavano. Back sets, Gendrauli. Ball put up by Dina Wong. The chase by Kat. And CC tried to send the ball through to no avail.
She is human, we have to say. But those are the hardest to hit when they're out of system and they come from the back row or from outside and they try to set it. You want to hit it, but it's actually the hardest to hit.
Would you actually say that there's a selected population in terms of those with the ability to hit those out-of-system sets?
No, I feel it comes in practice. Everyone does that.
Okay.
Practice that. It's a matter of simply the skill level of each individual.
It's now 2 serving 3. You have Net Villarreal about to do the honors once more. Quite unusual to see her in red, no? Usually green ang suot ni Net.
Green camouflage.
Yeah. Great to have her back in the PVL. Sharp serve onto Denden. Wong back sets, Kat Tolentino. Ball put up by Gerflor. Clavano goes to Tubiera, breaks down the wall. And now let's turn you over to Kyla Kingsu.
Migzinarin, while the Gerflor Defenders are still winless and out of contention for the semifinals this conference, the girls shared with me that these last 3 games are very, very far from insignificant. In fact, in Danica Gendrauli, their previous top scorer's own words, the way we play in these final matchups will plant the seeds for the team's future in the PVL. Kaya naman maintaining our team morale and competitive spirit is crucial. And looking beyond the team's immediate situation, Danica tells me that the team focuses on having a long-term perspective, believing that the work they have put into this All-Filipino conference will contribute to the development of their program and of their system for the longer run. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most exclusive PBL coverage and catch the games live in main view, multicam, and fan stream. Download now on Google Play, Apple Store, and via PilipinasLive.com. Now back to you, Migzinarin.
That's a storyline that you would like to hear, especially at the latter part of a conference. No, even though you're a team at the bottom of the standings, you're already building up for the next conference.
Again, this is a team. I remember I was talking to Coach Sammy. This was a team who was formed, not really last minute, but very, very short time to prepare. And at that time, who can you get?
Right.
That's active. So, thankful that Coach Sammy was able to field in these players, and they will only start here. That is, it is a stepping point.
Right now, Gerflor is down by 2 points against Choco Mucho. They almost trim the lead down to 1, and yes, they do eventually.
Yeah, Gerflor, they just want to come out and enjoy themselves. It is their last 2 games, right? 0 and 8.
Last, let me check that. Third to the last ito.
Third
So
to the
they
last.
will have Galleries and Signal to end the conference.
So including this three more games.
Yes.
And even though they have yet to win, you just want to make the most out of this opportunity.
Kat Tolentino. Ball put up by Gerflor. Clavano goes to the pipe. No point as of yet. Revilla sends it over to Isa Molde. Off speed. Gendrauli kept the ball alive. Tubiera pushes. Tried to go down the line. And here's Cici from the back. Straight to Gendrauli. Scramble.
Whoa!
No more chance ball.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. Coach will always say, if it's a free ball, just give a free ball. Don't get too, what do you call that?
Creative.
Creative, playful, risky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just send it in.
Send it in.
Kat Tolentino sends that ball in. Clavano goes to the middle. Tubiera rejected at the net. This time from the opposite. Cross-court hit. Ball returned to Gerflor. They recalculate. 1-2. Tolentino read it. And it's Ogunsanya who almost scored. Tobiera sends it. Wong to the open. Isa Molde. Blockers were there, but they could not save the ball anymore. Talking about Gerflor.
Yeah, but what about their floor defense? They're digging so well here in the first set.
That's what you have to love, especially coming from a team that's dead last in the league. And not only digging, but in each and every category.
Yeah. This is a team who actually, you know, the players used to play. For those who don't know the players, they used to play when they were in college. Some played professionally for a while. So, yeah, I mean, they can only get better as they, you know, get familiarized with each other.
And some of these players we haven't seen for years already. Much like Danica Gendrauli. Service now for Tubiera. Ball goes in for Menchi. Wong opens up. Isa Molde going cross. That went straight to Coach Sammy, which means it was outside.
It was outside. And it's just a one-point game, you know. Gerflor doing a good job in keeping this close. Your goal, short-term goal, is try to win a set. Snatch this first set from Choco Mucho.
6 serving 7. Chito Biera. Ooh, a service ace, and now we're all tied.
All tied. You've already, you know, this is their 8th game. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 9th game. You see the improvement in skill set, skill-wise, the digging, the serve. So these are the game plan that you're following.
Service by Chi. This time goes long. So it's Choco Mucho who will still hold on to an advantage. Isa Molde's turn now. That ball goes in, straight to Chito Biera. And here's Berte going cross. That's out.
Yeah, we saw the follow-through. Not enough snap of that wrist.
Let's see if Choco Mucho can pile up the points and create their own momentum here. There they go.
That was a really good serve. You saw the way the ball just dropped.
We have Aduke Ogunsanya, who also returned from a knee injury. Great to have her back. Actually, it's quite unfortunate, no, if you think about the injuries in the history of Choco Mucho, with Des Cheng also being out. Get well
You're
soon,
right,
by the way, Des.
Cheng, Ogunsanya,
Madi.
Madayaga.
Off speed. Point for CC Rondina. How about those fans of Choco Mucho?
The loyal fans of Choco Mucho.
Ano maganda, yung mga props nila, pwede mo rin gamitin sa Pasko. Diba? Hindi lang para sa volleyball. Here's Duki. 12 serving 8 now. You have some chance of go Duki from the crowd. Ooh, that's low.
Well, you know, if you're Choco Mucho, although you still have the lead, you don't want to get too complacent in this game. We always say there's nothing more dangerous than playing against a team who has nothing to lose. Playing you.
Yes.
You know, they're just out to get a set, to keep this close. Again, they have yet to win a match.
Tolentino sending it to the back. There's Clavano to Gendrauli. She was met at the net. And apparently there was a touch made by Choco Mucho. Be De Leon is now arguing na wala. So now we have our first challenge in this game. What a coaching staff, by the way, for Coach Dante Litsunurin. We have Ejen Babayad. We have Jesse Lopez.
Yeah. Powerhouse.
Dito kasi yung bola, pumunta yung bola. Pagka-block nyo, yung bola yung pumunta.
Layo ka, sobrang layo. Saan ako na net? Dito siya, sabi ka dito, diba? Maybe the ball.
So yun, kasi pag-block nyo, tumama yung bola sa net eh. Hindi, yung bola nila pumunta na.
Pag block ko siya, tama na sa net.
Yun nga, gumano.
Coach, masyado siyang matangkal.
Maybe tumama na yung sa net. So tumama yung net. Yung net yung tumama. Malayo na napuntahan natin.
Ulit ka lang sa rin.
Yung ano ba pag ganun, coach? Pagka tumama yung bola, tapos tumama sa iyo. Wala yun. Di ba dati yun?
Hindi yung net yung tumama sa iyo.
Ayan na.
Okay, let's see what happened.
Wala.
Was there a net touch by a Flying Titan, or was it just the ball?
Yay!
What's the answer?
No, it doesn't look like it. It's all ball.
The answer is no. So that means the challenge is successful.
They were so sure. There was a long round table discussion
Yeah.
during that challenge.
And that's coming from the man of a few words, no? Itong si Coach Dante Litsunurin. What changes have you seen in this Choco Mucho lineup ever since his arrival?
I think it's really the confidence. You know, the confidence that we're here, we can play well at a consistent pace or level.
First technical timeout. And it is 13-9. The advantage belonging to Choco Mucho. But before we proceed, we have a challenge coming from Coach Sammy Akailar.
Abot mo si Sisi, tingnan mo.
Tama ha, ang spike nila si Sisi, saka yung isa. So bantay yung pag-running dito. Yung tao dito, habang nagbablock yun, nakatingin kayo. Tingin, sinusundan nyo sila. Huwag kayong magpaiwan.
Okay. Was there a net touch? Ooh. The answer is yes. So we shall return. Good eyes there by the coaching staff of Gerflor, or maybe one of their players.
No, you know, based on that slow-mo, medyo matagal eh. That touch, so the coaches were so sure.
So it's 10 serving 12. Clavano sending that ball to CC Rondina. Here's Cat from the opposite. Ball to the net. Dina Wong battles at the middle. And here's Berte finding a hole at the back row.
Well, very active at the net, you know, the action, and Verde just gets that. Look at the blocker, slow to react.
It was supposed to be a 4-point advantage. Now, what a swing it has been for Gerflor.
Well,
11 serving 12.
They have been knocking at the doors of Choco Mucho, so Choco Mucho, you don't want to be playing their pace. You know, they like it slow and deliberate.
But what you just saw is what usually happens
Yes.
when the other team goes knocking in. It's a point for CC Rondina to send us to our first technical timeout.
Jump. Jump.
Download Pilipinas Live and get a free 7-day premium access. Enjoy the NBA, PBA, UAAP, and the PVL along with highlights, updates, and original programs. By the way, I'd like to mention to everybody that right now, happening in this moment, we have UAAP Beach Volleyball. That's already in the finals, right? And there's Trisha Tubu, a couple of her teammates as well. Farm Fresh was able to get a victory a while ago against Galleries Tower. And later on, it will be Creamline taking on Cherry Tigo for the last game of your PVL Tuesday. Cardi Hernandez, among others. Kala mo, hindi pa sanay sa camera, eh, no? Big shout out to all of our players in the PVL. And that's one of the interesting things, no, that we have in this conference. You felt the growth of the league with the arrival of some teams. It can only make you imagine how many more will be added for the next years.
Well, we are excited to see more new faces and mention new names.
That's a service ace for a familiar name, Dina Wong. By the way, Dina Wong currently is #2 in the league in sets. You think she learned a thing or two from Coach Jessie Lopez?
For sure. Coach Jessie Lopez, one of the premier setters of our country. And a great coach at that.
A guy who can still play, by the way.
Yeah.
15 serving 11. Another point for Choco Mucho. This match is their biggest lead so far. Push by Tubiera and a chance for Kat Tolentino and company, but Kat was denied by Berte.
Well, great read by Berte there, one-on-one. She covered the line. She read Kat Tolentino.
How do you actually read a player in terms of where she's gonna send the ball?
Normally, you study the tendencies of players and then you position your block based on the hitting arm of the player.
Based on the hitting arm.
Yeah, you position yourself based on the hitting arm of the player. Yeah.
Kasi sometimes pwede gawing deception yung body, no? The rest of the body.
Yeah. It's not easy. I mean, blocking it takes hard work and syempre skill, but it takes hard work also.
16-12 now. Another point for Bea De Leon. She's now up to 5.
A good set for Bea De Leon. Being very aggressive at the net.
Bea is tied with CC as the leading scorers of Choco Mucho. Villarreal answers back on the other end.
That's a good set to net Villarreal. We've seen that through the years.
Does she like quick sets talaga?
Yeah.
More often than not.
Net Villarreal's not the tallest of players, but I remember in FEU, as effective.
Dina chases and sets. Isa Molde straight to the back. Scramble there. Chance ball, Choco Mucho. Revilla, Wong combination. Molde could not score. Here's Tubiera against two blockers. At the net, push by Isa. Still no violation. Wong recalculates. Bea De Leon scores.
Well, Wong has been feeding her teammates, really not going for those second ball dumps or, the sets over, really just letting her teammates get their touches.
It's now 6 points off of 5 attacks and a block for Bea De Leon. What a start for her. Serve goes in. You think this is her game? Too early to tell.
No, I think it is because she's given the chance to start once again.
You have a timeout.
Gaganong ka dito, gaganong ka ha. Ipalutang mo lang ang bola, okay? Kaya mo mag-open tayo.
Ikaw lang gagalaw.
Kasi ikaw lang gagalaw. Kunwari ka, ganyan, tatakbo ka, lutang mo.
Short lang, short.
Okay, pag pumangit ang bola, tandaan nyo ha, pwede yung gumamit sa likod. Okay?
Ganun lang.
Sige, pasahan natin ha, pasahan natin.
Pasahan isa. Gerflor Defenders.
5 target nila, sound 5.
The best cheer dancing competition in the country is back. Catch the UAAP Season 86 Cheer Dance Competition on December 2. Malapit na yun. 2 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena. Watch it live on One Sports, UAAP Varsity Channel, and Pilipinas Live. For this game, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
It's CDC season once more. 19 serving 13.
Yeah, and even us, as we cover like volleyball, you cover basketball, and so on. We get excited when it's cheer dancing.
Yeah, it's basically universal. And that's the only day wherein all of the crowds will be present in the UAAP. No? As you get to see this back set to Gendrauli, who swiped the ball off of the arms of Isa Molde.
And a good serve.
Choco Mucho tried to extend its lead immediately. The rally continues. CC from the back. Ooh, was there a net touch?
Yeah, they call a net touch. But she was there. I mean, she read it. So you're seeing really the defense of Gerflor now. It's higher by a notch.
So now we have another challenge on the net fault.
Isa lang tayo, isa. Lima lang yung malayo pa malayo.
Sige. Tiwala lang sa sarili.
Net ka? Oo.
Ay,
Sinabi ba? Alam na nila. Jenny,
hindi, huwag na po challenge. Alam mo na po nila.
alam na po nila lahat.
Narinig ko ng mga ano. Pag mag-block sa kanila, harapan mo lang. Huwag kang pagano.
Parang baki kayo siya eh. Di ba? Mga siya gagano pa kayo.
All right, was there a net touch? Yes, there was.
Mami, nakagilid.
And she was alone at the net, so it's easier to actually spot.
But it was also easy to spot happiness in that huddle
Actually,
for Gerflor, no? Something that we're definitely gonna take.
they were talking, they were kidding around.
Well, as a lot of people know, this is a team that went through a lot in this conference. So we're happy that, as you mentioned, it looks like all of their skill levels have drastically increased already.
And you know, when you weather a storm as a team, you're supposed to really get more motivated. So you see the motivation in these girls today.
2014 now. Gonzalez goes to Rosal, the double sub. Ball put up calmly by Revilla. Open hit, Isa Molde. Good defense again by Gerflor. Tip, ball returned. Great net defense on the other hand by Choco Mucho.
Yeah, Aduke Oginsanya.
Here's a serve for the defenders. It's low. Very unfortunate.
No, and what I like also about the huddles of Gerflor, Coach Shami is just very positive.
Right.
Like, he gives instructions, he teaches them what to do and this and that. But you don't feel any sense of like frustration that they haven't won. So that's one good thing for them.
Well, Coach Sammy is a proven winner. He's gone through a lot, right, in Philippine volleyball. So would you actually say that his presence in this team would give you a brighter outlook in terms of their future?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like that he said that because indeed for me, because what he's done with Perpetual and their volleyball program through the years, I mean, and then he's bringing it to a new team. So if you have him as your coach, man, that's added. That's an added bonus.
Berte Able to surpass 2 defenders there. That saves the set point.
Yeah, Birth there has been a ray of sunshine for the Gerflor Defenders. The block and then now the kills.
It's now 16, serving 24. Gaviola will do the honors. 8 set points for Choco Mucho. Isa, not the best of receives there. Villarreal from the middle. That goes out. Is there going to be a challenge here?
Nope.
Mukhang wala na. One of the coaches was about to reach for a challenge card. And so that's it for set number 1, 25-16 in favor of Choco Mucho.
Well, good fight, good challenge. I mean, especially at the start of this set, but Choco Mucho just started to pull away and never looked back.
New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. So set number 1 belonged to the Choco Mucho Flying Titans by 9 points. Now, you did mention, Noreen, that Gerflor played relatively well. They gave a bit of a scare to the Titans, but Choco Mucho was ultimately pulled away.
Yeah, we did say we already witnessed that their skill levels have improved, especially in floor defense, with the digging, they're keeping the balls in play, and that in itself making the rallies a bit longer than people would expect. That's why, you know, again, they are motivated today and they're showing it. But Choco Mucho, of course, the motivation is what, 8 straight wins, so they want to make it 9. You look at the numbers, 13-9. Again, pretty decent outing for Gerflor. Blocking 3-1, aces 3-1, opponent there 6-5. But it was a better set for me than expected. Then when you look at the score, 25-16. Again, you just have to be happy with the way Gerflor is playing today.
So now we're about to begin set number 2 here inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. This is Mix Gomez alongside Noreen Go and Kyla Kingshu. Now, let's talk about the semis picture for a bit here, because we already mentioned Choco Mucho's in the mix with Cherry Tigo and Creamline, but there's no concept of twice to beat come the semifinals. So, you think nasa utak pa ba ng teams natin yung selecting your opponent come the semifinals?
I think it's always something to think about for teams and coaches, because there are certain teams, regardless of, let's say, their win-loss record, their standing, that certain teams don't want to play. Right? The nemesis,
Yeah.
I call them the nemesis. There are certain teams that would rather play certain teams. So that's why positioning is important. You know, who do you want to play? And normally, if you're the ones on top, you have control. Will you lose to this? Will you? But it's not, I think, smooth sailing, regardless of the twice to beat.
And I mentioned that because later on it's Cherry Tigo versus Creamline.
That's a good one.
And then after that, in Iloilo actually, it will be Choco Mucho versus Cherry Tigo. They're basically going to go up against each other before they qualify, or they see the semifinals. They have already qualified.
It's like a preview to the semifinal
Right.
round.
Regalo para kay Bea De Leon off of a good serve.
And if you're Gerflor, you have to be careful about that. You don't want to be giving these tall middle blockers of Choco Mucho Free gifts.
2-1. Push by Gaviola. Met at the net. Back set to the opposite. Gendrauli. Read well by CC. Missed time there.
Still
it
in
was-
play.
It actually crossed us or caused a scramble. And ultimately, it is a point for Choco Mucho.
Well, that was really good of Bea De Leon to maintain her focus. She was already on the ground, but she still tipped it over. And then that block.
He was
Monster
able
block.
to, yeah, he was able to recover quickly. CC serves again. Straight to the back. Ooh, that's tight. Pushed by Gendrauli and a chance for Choco Mucho. Isa Molde. Power tip.
Classic Isa Molde. We've seen that in her game. She swings for it, tries to sell that strong swing, and then that drop shot behind the blockers.
4 serving 1 now. It's been a while since we have seen CC there. Back set. Great net defense once more. Chance for the purple shirts. Then Dina, Isa, point Choco Mucho, and now let's hear from Kyla Kingsu.
Migzinarine, like you said earlier, it is a very dangerous thing playing up against teams with no pressure and with nothing to lose. And Coach Dante did make sure that his girls were well aware of that upon entering this matchup. Now, I also talked to their last top scorer, Madi Madayag, who we featured earlier in the pregame. And in her words, we have to approach every matchup with the same, if not a higher level of professionalism and commitment regardless of our opponent. As Madi shared, ang sakit namin as a team is that we always have a slow start. Kaya we want to address that issue today. Kailangan aggressive kami at di kami nag-aantayan para mapadali ang trabaho ng bawat isa. And after picking up their pace and dominating the rest of that opening set, you can bet that the Flying Titans will be intensifying their level of game to finish this in their favorite straight set fashion. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app, where you can get the most extensive PVL coverage. Catch all games live in main view, multicam, and fan stream on selected games. Now available on Google Play, Apple Store, or via PilipinasLive.com. Now back to you, Migzinarine.
Would you actually say that they did have a slow start in set number 1 with Choco Mucho?
I think it was a slow start for both teams. You know, the pace. And for me, it doesn't matter how you start, always how you end.
Yeah. They did win set number 1 by 9 points. Talking about the Flying Titans. They're up by 4 now. Gendrauli found the line.
Great placement there, right in between Dina Wong and Caitlin Garay.
Welcome back, Danica Gendrauli on the national stage. You mentioned, tagal niya na kakilala si Coach Sammy, no? But that was back in 2010. In her prime
13
years.
ago.
Yeah. Dina Wong, Isa Molde against 2 blockers. Ball kept alive and sent over by Berte. Scramble! Point for Gerflor.
Again, Berte having a great day today. Good game.
She has 4 points to her name. Tied with Danica Gendrauli just behind Chito Viera. Viera now serves. That's out.
Of course, that's always not a welcome sight. These service errors.
7 serving 4 now. You have Caitlin Biray. Has also been a standout in this conference. You put in Kate or Kat, it would be no problem for Choco Mucho. Oh, that ball went in for Lara Clavano.
It was actually an overrule by the first referee because the linesman signaled out.
Let's see.
That was good.
Yeah, that's the line. Oh, you saw the referee looking at it.
Intently.
5-7. Isa, another tip. It works again for Isa Molde.
Yeah, why not go to that? You know, her Isa Molde, she has those off speed, the top spin ones, and she has these drops. I love seeing her drops because she sells it. The top spin, yeah, she'll score, but you know, more. I think the drops are more effective.
Now, how do you sell
Swing.
the swing?
Yeah, it's like you make a full approach. And
Tapos bigla kang titigil.
Yes.
That was a full approach and a full swing by Duque Ogunsanya. Signature slide attack.
Again, it's really great to see players coming out of injury list.
Service error though from Isa Molde. Especially the ACL, no? Back to your topic. ACL talaga, that's minimum a year that you'd be out.
If you're younger, pwedeng 6 months.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
6 months na full tear?
Yeah. Well, at least years ago when I was still, people would say ACL after surgery, they'll say 3 to 6 months, but to get into fighting for could be more, no? 6 or more. But the pain they go through during rehab, I heard, was so excruciating. But they have to go through it. That's why we appreciate it. Yeah, you see, like, again, Maddie Madayag, Ogunsanya, and you're right, no, you did say
Descheng.
Descheng well. It's hard.
Is it the hardest injury though? Would you say?
The most painful I heard is Achilles.
Achilles.
The Achilles tear.
Ayun, matagal-tagal din yun.
Oo.
Gendrauli is rejected. Bea De Leon continues to play a great game.
He's feeling it. And both in offense and in defense. Look at that. Great block.
So that's 3 blocks and 10 total points now for BDL.
Wow.
Here's Duki. Choco Mucho up by 5. 4 points so far for Duque Ogunsanya. Hit by Villarreal. Ball put up by Choco Mucho. Cici. She knew it when she was going down that she was going to score a point.
Cici is a perfect example that every time she goes up, it's 110% effort.
But it seems natural and smooth already for her.
When God molded Cici Randina, volleyball was in her destiny. She's destined to play volleyball.
I'd love for that to be quoted to your name, Noringo.
There's a better line for that. Molded her, volleyball was
Volleyball was
written in her stars.
yon. There you go. It's now 7-12 in favor of Choco Mucho. Shank Berte sending that ball to Isa Molde. Nice approach. Buelo pa lang alam mo na.
You know, she's that talented and powerful. She gets it to the blockers. But what you like is the blockers challenge the ball.
Technical timeout in set number 2. 13-7. We're back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. This is Mix Gomez alongside Noringo and Kyla Kingsu for Choco Mucho versus Gerflor. We are currently in set number 2. Choco Mucho holds on to the advantage of 13-7. There's si Dina Wong with Caitlin Viray and Bea De Leon. Cici Rondina joins the mix as well. Let's see the tally in terms of points. The leading scorer of Choco Mucho is Bea De Leon with 10 points. Cici Rondina now has 7. Isa Molde has 5 and Duque Ogunsanya has 4. On the other hand, leading the way for Gerflor are Tubiera and Berte with 5 points each, and Gendrauli has 4. But Noreen has been mentioning, we're seeing some good signs from the side of the red shirts. Ito yung building blocks na sinasabi ni Kyla Kingsu, no? As they approach the end of this conference and they try to lead it over to the next conferences and seasons of the PVL.
Yep. But for Choco Mucho, you'd love to see Gerflor and Micah Ortiz get playing time today.
We've only seen one sub so far. That's Caitlin Biray for Cat Tolentino. Tubiera, straight to the back, chased by Denden, no more.
Tubiera just being aggressive at the net, saw that opportunity to hit it over.
Is there also a concept of this being a tryout to these Gerflor Defenders?
We have to ask management. But yeah, I'm sure. But again, it's hard to form a team. That's why you feel for these new teams. Like Farm Fresh, you don't know who. There are very few now who are active. So they're just happy that they're able to form a team. So maybe some great acquisitions along the way for these new teams. You never know.
What interests me is the fact that Coach Sammy has a college team. Diba? So, sanay na sa recruitment yan. You know, can it translate to his recruitment to the PVL as well? As Villarreal serves.
Let's be honest, it's going to be tough for him, but it is possible.
Cici Rondina with a strong hit straight to Clavano.
Clavano just a nice smile.
She knows about it. She went up against CC, the UAAP.
Probably, I'll take it.
I'll try to take it.
I'll take it.
Serve for Rondina. Tubiera with the first ball. Back set to Gendrauli. Going cross. Dina Wong putting it up. And here's Caitlin Biray. Sharp hit. That's a point for Kate.
Making up for that previous hitting error to the net.
But we have a challenge. Ball in, ball out for Coach Sammy and company.
Pwede ka mag-running para kumalas. Intindihan? Sige. Tapos pag pumapalo din tayo mga open spike at saka opposite, hanggat maaari nga huwag sa gitna kasi yung gitna nila malalaki. Pag ganito pag ginto, para tumama dito.
Basta pag si Jenny.
Sige.
Dito na, dumaan ka.
Palit ka konti, Day. Kasi mas mataas sa mga naman. Palit ka konti lang. Konti lang. Konti lang. 2.5.
That ball was definitely in. Straight to the line.
As first referee, we know has sharp eyes.
Yeah.
If it happens in her line, chances are it's the correct call.
But then again, in the PVL, there's the concept of using the challenge as a timeout.
Yeah.
Gendrauli going to Dina Wong there. Cici from the back. Clavano put that ball up. And here's Berte. Ooh, Cici made a mistake.
And then you see Clavano. We saw that. Oh, she was the best, the rookie of the year in the UAAP.
I remember those days. It's Isa with Tots Carlos
Tots.
for UP. AJ Hinko just made a mistake on the first ball.
Baptism of fire coming off the bench there.
Hinko in their previous outing also came off the bench. Did not score a point. Bea De Leon, 11 points now to her name. Straight to the back. That's Pia Sarmiento. Hinko attacks and she scores.
So she already has bested her previous output with 1 kill, right?
Yeah, but she would have days wherein she would be one of the top scorers with Gerflor. I remember that game against F2, against her former teammates and ates in LaSalle. That's when she performed very well. Talking about Hinko.
More challenged.
Right now, it's Ogunsanya with a point. And a double sub with Tolentino and Gerflor making her first appearance in this game.
Yeah, in quite a while. You will see Gerflor. What I love about Gerflor, also not the tallest of setters, but so smart.
How can you actually see her smarts on the floor?
Her decision making. You know, if she is able to like create. Yeah, we always say that about setters. If you can create opportunities for your hitters to have just one blocker or none, that's already great set for you.
Right on cue. One blocker for Dookie there, leading to a point. Then timeout.
Ito ka. Okay. Pumunta ka rito. Matras ka, galing ka na atras, mag-GB ka. Okay, sino yun nandito? Si Siyang papuntahin mo dito. Tapos si Chinko pupunta ka dito. Chinko, atras ka, magbibi ka para makuha mo yung gitna. Sumingit si Chang. Tumangit ang bola, tuloy ka, labasan.
Tuloy mo lang yung bimo. Tara.
Saan lang?
Let's go. Gerflor. Let's go.
Download Pilipinas Live and get free 7-day premium access. Enjoy the NBA, PBA, UAAP, and the PVL along with highlights, updates, and original programs. You know how important Pilipinas Live is nowadays? It's crazy if you count the number of leagues going on. And literally everything is happening simultaneously. As you see this point by Gerflor. What a no-look 1-2 for Gonzalez.
Been around the block. We've seen her as well.
12 serving 19. Shayo Mandal. Ferrer goes to the quick. Ball put up by Gerflor. Back set. Hinko against two blockers. Ferrer keeps it alive. Choco Mucho goes to Isa Molde. Off speed there. Recovery for Choco Mucho. Pipe. CC corner.
Again, you see just one blocker. She tries to really read their opponents and then try to maximize. Look at that. There's one blocker, and you know with CC, majority of the time, she will score.
Well, let's see her percentage. 37% efficiency for CC Rondina. That's already one of the best in the PVL, by the way. CC again. This time it's out.
You know, I was looking at the top scorers of this conference. From 1 to 5, I think the difference is just 6 points. So you have Din Din at, let's say, 166, and then the fifth, let's say, I can't remember, the fifth is 160.
Oh.
So the race for the best scorer, the top scorer, is so close.
Yeah. And we're down to the last few games before the semifinals, which will begin next week, Thursday, that is. Cross court for Kat Tolentino, chased by Clavano. From the back, it's Tobiera. No dig there for Denden.
Boy, she worked hard for that point. Tobiera dig that, and then she gets that. Look at this. That was her. And then she stood up and got the kill from the back row. Wow.
So now it's Clavano who will be serving.
She's playing well today.
Tobiera.
Yeah.
Let's see her tally. 7 points, the leading scorer of Gerflor.
And digging as well. Her first pass.
We'll check that later on, as now it's a chance ball given up by Pia Sarmiento. Ferrer will choose Kat, who pushes and scores.
Well, Choco Mucho obviously can sense that is the weakness of Gerflor. You know, the drops behind the blockers. Yeah, it took a while for help to come. That's why Isa Molda has been successful also with her drops.
21-14 now. Here's Duki Ogunsanya with 6 points to her name. Sarmiento and Tubiera getting ready to receive. To your point about the receptions of Chi Tubiera, she now has 8 excellent receives.
Yeah, good numbers. We're just in the second set.
And that previous receive leads to this point for Gendrauli, as now Tubiera takes a well-deserved breather. Pasok dito. We have Catra Celis for the red shirts.
Well, 6-point game here.
15-21. Service. Straight to Molde. Ferrer. Opposite hit. Ball put up. Back set. Danica off speed. It's a point.
No, they're taking advantage of the lapse in defense of Choco Mucho. No blockers there.
What happened there? Why did Bea De Leon opt to not block anymore? Why do you think?
They probably didn't think that Hendrali would still go for that tough angle. That's the only reason, is when you think they're not gonna do this. Oh, good dig.
That was by Sarmiento, leading on to this point by Choco, as there was a violation by Gerflor.
Yeah, I think they call it on Clavano.
.22 serving 16. 11 excellent sets for Dina Wong so far. Ball straight to Racelis. She will get the set. Cat goes cross. Outside.
Well, if you're Racelis, you want to hit it off the blocker's hand. I mean, right direction. Just target the side of the hands of Bea De Leon.
Racelis receive. Ball returned by the net defense of Choco Mucho. And there's the swipe by Danica Gendrauli.
You see, she's at it. She keeps fighting. Doesn't look at the score. Every time she gets the ball, hit it through the blockers, brush it off the blocker's hand. You love her attitude.
The lead is 6. Jeanette Villarreal with the honors. That's low. It's 7 set points for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. That makes me wonder if we're gonna see 3 more players in set number 3, no? Oh yeah, Maddie Madeg also hasn't played, right?
Yeah.
So 4 ang hindi pa nakapaglaro para sa Choco Mucho. As Caitlin Viray scores, and she will end set number 2.
Yeah, pretty slow set again, but Choco Mucho just taking care of business here.
So there you have it. Great dominance shown by the women in purple. Score tally 25-16, 25-17. We'll be back for set number 3.
Jump.
New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos only. You see the scores in the first two sets. It's been domination so far by the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. But did you see any changes from set 1 to set 2?
I saw a different six play for Coach Dante, and you like seeing that, you know, like Gerflor got to play. We saw Viray, but Viray does come off the bench. You like the changes. We saw a lot of substitutions also on the side of Coach Sammy. It's also a great time for the others to get playing time here. And I feel that, you know, since there's no pressure in this match, Choco Mucho 8-game winning streak, they just want to end this match with a 3-set win. Here, Gerflor, you know, you have to be happy also that you're playing alongside a team who has an 8-game winning streak and you're holding your own, right? Let's look at the numbers. Look at that, 14 attacks for Gerflor. That's a pretty good number right there. And what we appreciate from Choco Mucho, 3 errors. You don't see that a lot from Choco Mucho. 3 errors. That's why it was fairly a 25-17. But these numbers, when you look at the numbers of Gerflor, you have to be happy with that. 14 attacks against a good blocking team, right? And you get 14. That is an achievement already.
Would you actually say that the blocking of Choco Mucho had a big difference ever since the arrival of Coach Dante?
They were known to be a good blocking team already. They had always had formidable middles, right? It started with Bea and Maddie, and then when Maddie went down, they had Nunag, Agunsanya, then they have Ortiz. Ortiz is playing.
Yeah, alongside Regine Arocha, by the way.
Yeah, so you know that they're a good blocking team. So did they get better? I think the whole system got better because they're an 8-1. So what else can you say? Who's going to refute that statement?
I asked that because Coach Dante is known for having good blocking teams.
Yeah.
NU in itself dominates that category. All right, it's good that you mentioned Mike Ortiz and Regine Arocha. It's those two alongside Kate Viray who have come off the bench in this game. We have still yet to see the likes of Maddie Madayag, Cherry Nunag, and Tang Ponce in this game. But we were joking around with Tang as they cross to the other side of the court. There's a possibility na magpapahinga muna siya for today. She deserves the rest after all.
you were telling me, you know, she's number 1
in receives, number 2 in digs.
Wow, what a conference it is. It has been for Tang Ponce.
Oh yeah, look at her right now. She's joking with you, Mr. Ringo. There you go, Miss Tang Ponce. Okay sana kanina kung nakuna ni Direk kasi sumasayaw ng TikTok dance. Ball returned by Choco Mucho. Back set to Gendrauli. That's wide.
Well, fast start here for Choco Mucho, 3-0.
Let's see their biggest leads. In set 1, 8, same goes. 8 then in set number 2. As there's a mistake now made by Cici Rondina from the service line.
Wanted an ace there. She double-checked with her teammates. Ball in, ball out.
CC though has 11 points. The top scorer for Choco Mucho, tied with Bea De Leon. At Villarreal. Serves straight to Revilla. And here's Kate. Chased by Gonzalez. Pushed by Tobiera. And that attempt was unsuccessful.
Yeah, she tried to brush it in, but she wasn't squared enough to control that ball. And Bea De Leon and Viray who just covered it perfectly.
Bea De Leon is now about to serve. See the leading scorers. It's Bea and Chi Tobiera. 11-7 respectively. Tobiera will attack. Rejected at the net. Ball kept alive. Good recognition by Chi. Counter, Arocha. Ball deflected. Gonzalez back sets. Danica rejected again. Open this time. Tobiera. Ooh, no more coverage by Sati Espiritu. And now we turn you over to Kyla Kingsu.
Migzinarine, although they weren't able to overpower the Flying Titans in that second set, the Gerflor Defenders truly proved what it's like to play with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Now, earlier, Coach Sammy Akailar did tell me that for these last 3 games, he told his girls not to think of the teams they're up against, but instead to channel the champion mindset and version of the Gerflor Defenders that they envision for themselves. In Coach Sammy's words, we have a very long way to go together, but I trust that experience will pave the way for this team. And their captain Pia Sarmiento echoed and also chimed in, agreeing that this will serve as their training ground. As she stated, ang akin lang ay sana wag sayangin ang lahat ng pinaghirapan namin at i-honor ang sacrifices ng bawat isa. Pia shared that they've really gone through many trials and tribulations within just 2 conferences in the PVL and hopes to end this one strong even with just sets won for her team. Can her girls do just that? Well, you can find out by staying tuned on the Pilipinas Live app, where you can get the most extensive PVL coverage. Catch all games through Mainview, Multicam, and FanStream. Download now on Google Play, Apple Store, or via PilipinasLive.com. Now back to you, Migzinarine.
Oh, it's not too late for Gerflor to get a set victory in this match, but right now they're down. 6 serving 2. Caitlin Viray with the honors. Ball put up by Tobiera. Battle at the net. Again, pushed by Sati, and that goes inside the line.
Yeah, it's a smart tip. That's a perfect example of when we say read the defense of your opponents. That was read well.
Nice smile coming from Sati Espiritu, bringing in the good vibes for the defenders. 3 serving 6. Chi Tobiera.
Oh,
Sharp
what a
serve.
serve.
Ooh, it's a slide attack. Somehow, some way, Dinamo made it work.
Well, that is classic Micah Ortiz for you. That slide, look at that. And so far, the middles have been very effective for Choco Mucho.
How about Micah Ortiz transferring from Chertiga, right?
Cherry, yes.
Transitioning onto being a Flying Titan, being one of the Ates. Gonzalez goes to the quick. Oh, that's long. Not the best of hits from Sati. It's now 8 serving 3. Regina Rocha will do the honors. I remember that Baccarat Bubble Conference. Arocha was the starting open spiker for Choco Mucho back in the day. Gonzalez opens up. Ball up by Regine. Chased by Den. No more.
No more. No more space for Den.
There's a reason why we have those signages at the back. Yeah, the boards. It could be very dangerous actually for the players.
You know that slow-mo, you can see Den was looking up, down, because seeing her space, what's left.
But if I'm not mistaken, because I learned this from the other leagues that we cover, no, one of the purposes of those boards is actually protection for the players. Kasi at least kung tumama ka sa board na yan, hindi ganun kasakit as compared to if you hit the bars.
Or people.
Yeah, and the LED screens, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's now 9 serving 5. Mike Ortiz will do the honors. Ooh, not the best of receives.
see these players that come off the bench, you see when they score like aces, you just so happy for them because they're getting the chance.
And the fans are also happy for them. Mike Ortiz serves again. Ball put up by Tobiera. And here's Berte, rejected at the net.
Well, she has been on point today. That's
PVL.
Yeah, Bea de Leon.
11 serving 5. Mike Ortiz sending that ball in straight to Berte. Gonzalez back sets to the slide. But no ma'am was the response of CC Rondina.
CC Rondina and Bea de Leon exchanging teases there. But look at that. I mean, what timing, right? To get a one-on-one block.
7-point advantage now. Ball received by Chi. Gonzalez. Back to Berte. Ball deflected. Rondina. Wong. CC. Ooh! No more save for Gerflor. And that will send us to our technical timeout for set number 3. We would like to invite you to boost your watch list this November with Signal's Quick Boost. Enjoy more channels with no extra fees. Just load your prepaid box with loads 300 to 600 or pay your postpaid bill. Thank you for joining us for your matchup between Choco Mucho and Gerflor. This basically preludes the Creamline Food Smashers and the Cherry Tigo crossovers in a battle that might determine some seedings as we approach the last week of preliminaries here in the PVL second All-Filipino Conference. So just so everybody knows, it's Creamline, Cherry Tigo, and Choco Mucho who are basically fighting at the top right now.
And they're waiting. They're just waiting for that fourth team.
Yes.
We're not sure yet. Anything can
nga.
still happen in the next few game days.
So for the fourth seed,
No asterisk, no?
yeah, exactly. We have Signal, Petrogas, PLDT in the mix as well, Akari as well. That's a nice race.
It doesn't matter, you know, when you look at it based on the standings also. Creamline, Choco Mucho, Cherry Tigo. Let's say Signal, let's say Petrogas. It doesn't matter who plays, and it's just going to be great games.
Right. It's not like the separation between the top 3 teams and the rest of the league is malayo ba para sa'yo?
Look, yeah, well, the middle was tight. That's why we still don't have a number 4 team.
But in terms of, let's say the number 1 seed faces that number 4 seed, you think it's still going to be a very interesting semifinals matchup?
Yeah, that's why I say the 4 teams that make it, it doesn't matter who plays who in the semifinals.
Bit of a rally here. Still, it hasn't ended. And here's Gendrauli from the back. Chance for Choco Mucho. CC Rondina. That's long. CC can't believe it. Are they going to challenge though?
But Bea actually did tell CC it was out. I think they're just enjoying themselves there.
Even the coaches of
Coaches
Choco Mucho.
won't challenge.
Yeah.
Won't get any card.
Coach Edget is just laughing at the sideline. Pushed there by Dina Wong. Gonzalez to the middle. Nice hit. Nice setup.
Yeah, that's what we're used to seeing from Net Villarreal there from the middle. Look at that.
Is that the zero tempo play? Oh, it was quick.
It was be quick. They call it be quick.
Arocha from the back. Gonzalez back to net this time. It's low.
And we know that they've played together in Army. Gonzalez
That's right.
and Villarreal. So they're very familiar with each other.
Tama, oo nga, no? Boy, do we miss some of their teammates
Oh,
in
yeah.
the PVL. Dina Wong serving. Straight to Tubiera. And here's Berte from the opposite side. That's out.
Yeah, Coach Sammy telling her the snap of the wrist, the follow through.
Back with Dina. She got the first ball again. Villarreal will send it to the other side. Ooh, a bit tight there. Chance ball, Gerflor. Gonzalez will choose. Berte, who finds a hole.
Well, it's still a comfortable lead.
Hinko will return. Gendrauli puts that ball up. Attack from the back. It's low from Berte. And we have a timeout, 20-8.
Ito magawa sa pasa. Umangit ang pasa, what is the next? Yung buwapalo, ipasok nyo lang ang bola. Hayaan nyo ang kalaban natin na magkamali. Hindi tayo yung nagkakamali. Kasi, kamali tayo. Puntos na layo na ng score. Diba? O, pasahan natin ngayon, ha? Sige.
Mag-isipin mo siya. Let's go. Gerflor Defender.
Download Pilipinas Live and get free 7-day premium access. Enjoy the NBA, PBA, UAAP, and the PVL along with highlights, updates, and original programs. It's the home stretch for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, not unless a miracle happens here from the side of Hinko and company. Mistake though made by Hinko.
There she goes into the net. That's one thing they have to be careful. We don't want to be seeing injuries at this point of this match.
21 serving 8. This is the biggest separation that we have seen so far in this game.
Oh,
And the block point. What a game for Bea de Leon.
yeah. I mean, we remember the way she played when she was at Ateneo.
Finals MVP, right?
Final.
In season 81. Well, she went up against this woman.
Yeah,
CC Rondina.
Could be, yeah, could be.
There's Ivy Laxina. Being busy right now. Maybe trying to hold their dinner reservations.
Oh, trying to say, oh, we can make it earlier. Oh, good pass.
Ball rejected by Gerflor. Recalculation there for Choco Mucho. And it works.
Well, she is okay. I thought her head hit the side signs there. Bea De Leon a serve.
23-9. Yes, she is a former finals MVP. That's back in season 81. Gonzalez to the quick. Oh, medyo malayo-layo yun para habulin ni BDL. You gotta love the effort though.
It's instinct, you know, that they'll go to try to at least attempt. You see, that's instinct.
Hey, you saw the smile out of her face. Actually, I have a question for you. Because in basketball, we do a lot of suicides, walls, you know, tatakbo ka lang talaga, sprints. Do you do that in volleyball?
Yeah. Suicide. Yeah. Suicide drill, especially in UP. We had the volleyball courts and 2 basketball courts. That one, suicide.
Yeah. For those types of moments though, where you have to chase the ball.
Oh,
Sky ball there. Lazaro Revilla let it go at the last second.
good decision.
Oh, she knew it all along. She was just toying with her teammates. 14 match points for Caitlin Biray and company. What a separation.
Yeah, the first 2 sets are a bit closer. Oh, what
What
a
a-
serve.
Very sharp there. Hinko from the opposite. Ball put up by Cici. Dina to Micah. Clavano, quick on the other end. That is in for Sati Espiritu.
Just want to add to the scoreboard here. Gerflor.
Against Cherry Tigo in Iloilo.
That's going to be a great one.
That might just determine which team will face the other team. Yeah, which team will face who in the semis. See our final score. We'll be back to wrap this game up. Relive this game and all PVL games anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app. Available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. There you see the final score between Choco Mucho and Gerflor. Noreen, they held the defenders to only 11 points in set number 3. What was the biggest difference for you? Answer that later on, because right now we have our best player of the game alongside Kyla Kingsu.
Here with me is our best player of the game, Bea De Leon, with 13 points, 6 attacks, 5 blocks, and 2 aces. So big congratulations to you and of course to Choco Mucho for yet another win this conference. Now, unang-una, we have to talk about that third set, which you really dominated. So what do you think went well, really worked for you girls?
I think it was us adjusting in the passing again. And then just really organized on our attacks. Siyempre si Dina nag-orchestrate talaga nung spacing namin, attacks namin. I think she was a big key to it.
Now, Bea, as we all know, you booked your ticket to the semis last game, but we saw today that there really was no hint of complacency. So ano yung mindset nyo entering this last stretch?
We have one more game, I think, with Cherry. Definitely, we want to give it our best pa rin, no matter what happens today or where we're gonna go. Pero yun, we want sana na bigay lang namin yung best namin every game para rin going into the semis, makapagtansya kami and makataas din ang kumpiyansa.
Now, Bea, this December 2, you're heading to Iloilo for the match against Cherry. So what are you looking forward to in that game?
I think it's gonna be a really tough game, gonna be really exciting. Cherry Tigo, as we know, has been on a streak. They're called the streak enders now, right? So I think it's gonna be really exciting. We're really preparing hard for it. These players are super, super good. So we have to set our minds, our hearts for that game.
Is there anyone you want to greet? Go ahead.
Just to my parents, of course, hi mom and dad and my brother, and to my family, Wowo and Mami Mengay.
There you have it. That was Bea De Leon, our best player of the game. Congratulations once again to you and Choco Mucho. Now back to you, Mix and Noreen.
Thank you, Kyla. Now, Noreen, before you even go back to my question, we heard from Bea De Leon herself, Cherry Tigo, they're known as streak enders here in the PVL. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, they both have their own streaks, but streak ender because some way, you know, who did they beat? Okay, let's not go into that. But, you know, for me, at the end of the day, it's really going to be a great match between two great teams, Cherry and Choco Mucho. That's why I'm so excited for the people in Iloilo, right?
Yes.
To be able to witness that, really.
All right. So now, let's go back to my original question. The differences that you noticed in set number 3.
Well, you know, Choco Mucho, although they were mixing players, you know, shuffling players, you know that they obviously had the advantage into today's game. That's why they're now at 9-0. They did start out really sluggish, but still, you know, they were able to get the job done. And that's what you want, to continue your streak, no matter what the challenge is. And if you look at the numbers there, you know, pretty much, we gotta say that Gerflor, they faced a really tough opponent. They held their own, you know, in terms of their digging, and we saw some blocks also at their end. So again, moving forward, these are the things you want to improve on. So shout out again. We'd like to tell them or send them or extend our deepest admiration to this group of girls who've gone through a lot, but has still in there to pursue their passion.
The future is bright for Gerflor.
It is.
And congratulations to Choco Mucho. Thank you for joining us. For Kyla Kingsu and Ringo, my name is Mix Gomez. And stay tuned because right up next we have Dreamline versus Cherry Tigo.
First set to hanggang 5 sets, parang hindi nagbabago yung speed tsaka yung power ng palo niya. Once talaga na nakokontrol niya yung sarili niya sa loob ng court, yung kung may receive siya, may palo, lahat nandun sa kanya, talagang medyo mahihirapan. Pag gano'n kasing laban, parang mas dun siya nanggigigil. So mas kailangan talaga siyang kontrolin talaga.